What's your name? Never mind. Let's go to the next question. What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Christina, and I have a kind of question, comment for Kitty. So I watch you guys all the time, and I always hear the same feedback when this question is asked. I don't really want to. Okay. Why is it that when somebody comes and asks a question about side chicks, why is it always so negative? And why is it like, oh, you guys are wrong or whatever? That man doesn't love you. That man's not going to leave his wife. Why is that? Because I can say that. Oh. Hey, wait.
Why you being so negative towards side chicks, Kitty?
Wait, she said she didn't ask the question yet.
I just want to know why is it so negative? And I can honestly say that who I'm with, he moves mountains for me. We
Okay.
Are you a side chick?
Hold on.
I've been both with him. I've been his main chick. I've been his side chick.
Okay, hold on. Whoa.
Okay, so
Okay, hold on. Before we get to
now
that
we
story.
got some understanding.
Before we get to that story, Kitty, what's your first part of what's the first part?
Hey. Right, all of y'all, I'm not the only one in here, so don't y'all do that.
Oh. No, I appreciate you for that question. I thank you for that question, because I know a lot of people are upset when I talk about this. But let me say this for a second. I don't have a problem with the way that a person necessarily positions himself unless they are mocking the wife. The clip that you all saw is because she was mocking the wife. That was the issue that I had. However, if you are knowingly putting yourself in a position to be a side chick, and this is me as a woman, I'm always going to think of woman to woman code. Are you thinking about that woman? And then also the position that you're putting yourself in as well. It's very few times that you'll see a side chick actually advance from being a side chick, but most times she's used as a tool. You may be a unicorn in that situation, but most times we're seeing people who are putting themselves in a position as a side chick because they're operating from a place of low self-worth. That's the reason why I'm passionate about that, because I want women to change. I don't want women to simply just accept scraps. But I also, as a married woman, don't want a woman to be mocking a wife. Because as a married woman, I know that although it's my husband that stepped out, if you knew that he was married, if you knew he was married, if you knew that he was with somebody, why did you position yourself to be in that place in the first place? I'm all about my marriage serving other people outside of me. And I would hope that people are a little more selfless and not selfish, but the world that we live in, most times people do things for their own favor, for their own benefit. I'm just not with that.
But what if she's aware? What if she knows we've had conversations, we've met up, we've talked?
Hold on, wait.
So the wife know about the side chick?
Absolutely.
The wife is aware?
Absolutely. We've
Okay,
met,
so-
we've talked.
Oh, she said we've met, they've met.
Okay, so then if that's the situation, that's different because they have an open relationship. I'm talking about if a person has a monogamous relationship and they didn't consent for a side chick to step in, that's the reason why you see me get passionate about that. But if a mama dear want to go ahead and open up her marriage to somebody else, that's their swag, baby. I can't do nothing about that.
Hey, can I say something to what you say? I love everything you just said. Why I gotta be this guy? You said accept scraps. There's an argument that sometimes the side chick get the best of the man.
And I do.
Okay, oh my God. Oh, you a proud side chick. You a proud side chick. Hey.
Well, shit.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because now you got me here.
Because why are you so proud?
What's the best of this man?
I mean, what he does for her, what he does in his house, he does.
Hold on, wait, y'all. I want to hear it. What's the best of this man you getting?
I mean, I don't see any difference that what he does for her, what he does for me. It's all the same. Like, we spend time together.
Do you think he's showing you all of that?
Oh, he is.
Okay, so do you really think you have walked the walk that wife has had to walk in those trials and tribulations in their marriage? You really think that you getting that version of that man?
I think I've done all that with him as well. Like, there's honestly no.
I can't delude reality, baby.
No,
Okay.
I'm being so serious. There's actually no difference.
There's no, okay.
I don't think, I mean.
Hold on, I'm coming down.
So why won't he marry you?
Hold on.
He comes with a lot.
Hold on.
He came to me before he married her and told me she asked him to
Wait a
marry
minute.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on.
He
Hey.
came to you before he chose
Baby, you're making
her
it worse.
to
Wait a
explain
minute.
to you, and you took that and thought, oh, wow, he got my permission before he married another
encouraged
woman?
it. I was with somebody. I was encouraged it, and I was in a happy place.
Hold on,
So when
time out. Hold on, let me ask you a question. You live in Dallas, don't you?
I do not.
Okay, good.
No,
I was
we
about to
ain't
talk
doing
about your city.
You gotta live in Atlanta.
Okay,
I don't.
let's go back to this. Let's take some time. Let's take some time to unpack this. So basically what you're saying is she is aware of y'all relationship and she's okay with it.
No, she's not okay with it, but what can she do about it?
Wait a minute.
Hold the fuck. Hold the fucking front door.
So she's not okay with you. You're just okay being a homewrecker.
I'm not a homewrecker, though.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
You're not a homewrecker.
Wait.
You better start explaining some stuff.
Okay, listen. We both have history with this dude. 20-something years. We dated. I went on somewhere. They started having kids.
We all got one of them, don't we? We all got people that we dated
right.
20 years ago.
But my thing is, I'm not a homewrecker.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
I want you, everybody look to your left and right, say, shh. I want you to be really honest.
Okay.
Are you fucking her husband?
Absolutely.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Oh, okay. There's a difference in believing in God and fearing God. I don't think that you fear God because I don't think you understand the conviction that's being a person who is the person who is stepping into somebody's marriage. God does not approve of that. If you read that word, if you take in your daily bread, there will be a conviction. You think that this is just a book that works for you whenever you want it to work for you. That's not how it goes, baby. So for you to be able to say that you believe in God right now, that's the reason. If y'all really want to know why I'm passionate about this conversation, that's the reason. Because in my walk, I fear God. So every behavior that I have reflects on the godly principles and my fear of God. So I am never going to get up to no mic and say that I knowingly have stepped into somebody else's marriage, and I am okay with that. If the shoe was on the other foot, I guarantee you if the shoe was on the other foot. You talking about this woman doesn't approve of that. You causing pain to that woman as well. We as brothers and sisters of Christ, we are not supposed to be causing intentional pain on somebody else. So I challenge you since you got up to this mic to try to challenge your girl, Kitty. I challenge you, okay? Because now you finna see 6'5" Grove side. I challenge you, honey. I challenge you. Maybe you need to fast so you can get that spiritual demon off of you. I challenge you.
Hey, shit, listen. Hey, you can get a card game after the show on me. Thank you for your question. All right, woo! Oh, shit. Okay, all right. Woo! You know,
Praise the Lord, saints.
I love you. That's why we give you a card game.
I want to make sure that you run that clip so they can take that one now.
I got you. Because the thing is, I'm not sure what she thought was going to happen. Because she said, I directed this to Kitty. I don't know what she thought was going to happen.
I don't know. I think y'all need to understand, like I said, if you know a nigga from 6'5", there ain't no fear in us. I need y'all to understand that. I like a good debate.
Yeah.
I love that. But my position on that is never going to change. I am a woman's woman, regardless of the think pieces that y'all see, regardless of those 30-second clips that y'all see. I want better for women. I don't want women to put themselves in a low position for the sake of no man, because I promise you it's something better out there. You don't have to put yourself in position just because you don't want to be lonely or because you want a little bit of company. I guarantee you when you start having a little more discernment, a little more discipline, a little more control in your life, that man will find you. Typically, the side chicks, when they hear these conversations, is coming from a place of desperation. And I'll be damned if I let my women be desperate women. I refuse to allow that. So if you have positioned yourself like that, I promise you, you are not getting the best aspects. You may be getting the pieces of him that the wife hasn't seen in a long time, because either he took those pieces away or because he hasn't been able to navigate those hardships in an appropriate way in his marriage. But don't take the scraps.
I appreciate it. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
But because your question was, why do relationships seem so transactional? That to me says that you experience this a lot, right? And if you're experiencing this a lot where you feel like someone just wants you for something, then maybe we have to go back to the drawing board and understand what we're accepting for ourselves, what we're valuing for ourselves. A lot of times, like in addition to fear, we become desperate, we become lonely, and we'll take a piece of what we can get rather than the whole thing. It's like sometimes we allow men to put us in situations where he doesn't want the relationship yet, but if I give him the sex, or if I cook for him, or if I do these nurturing things for him, I'll warm him up to this idea. And ladies, if a man doesn't want you, no amount of sex and no amount of warm meals is gonna make him want you. And so we have to come back to the drawing board and say, listen, I am valuable, I am worthy, I deserve more than this. I will not be a transaction that's just in the bedroom. And you know if you're a transaction. Is he speaking in future tense to you? Is he taking you out? Is he courting you? Is he asking about your family? Is he asking about the things that you like? Or is he coming over to kick it? Or is he just coming over to take you out to dinner and you end up at his place or he ends up at your place? It's transactional for you because that's what you're accepting.
I would argue, clap it up, because I'm about to say some shit y'all not gonna like. Clap
Here
it
you
up,
go.
clap it up, let it breathe. We're taking purely transactional out of this equation. But I would argue that for women, relationships ain't transactional enough. To be for real.
What?
There are so many women that got babies by niggas that can't even give $40 for Pampers. There are so many women, because they love a guy, they're gonna be in a relationship with the potential of him, which means she's not getting anything in the present while she is giving up her current body, her current youth, her current wifely qualities to a man. That man ain't giving everything that you said about kicking for a man, this, that, and another. A beat different if that nigga was taking care of you too. You only feel the weight when you're not getting it reciprocated. So here's the thing. I'm not saying purely, like, I'm taking purely out. But if I noticed you came over and you cooked for me, the next morning I wake up, I might be like, hey man, hey, I noticed you want to get your nails done today? Let me take care of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a.
But that's reciprocity.
Well,
that's
no,
not
no.
transactional.
I don't give a fuck. Hold on. I don't give. So what we gonna do? Let me.
Transactional relationship that we can have. Pride, ego, control have to go out the window. And a lot of times with attachment issues, we're looking to control either to cope or compensate with something. So once you release those things, you can have a healthy transactional relationship.
Anybody else? Thank you for your question. Hey, Dr. Ryan, we're gonna have to do a podcast on that because
Sure
we're gonna have to do a
We-
podcast.
well, let's 100%.
Because I've heard you say
Because
that.
reciprocity and transactional is two different things. When you get into a relationship and you lead with a transactional mindset, you have already put out there and laid out a list of what you want from this person. And you've also laid out a list of what they have to give you in exchange for what you want to give them. Relational from the heart
Hold on,
space.
can we stop? Can we stay? Can we stay there though?
No. Relational from a heart space means that me and you are dating and talking. And now this thing is taking its natural maturation of me feeling in my spirit to want to submit or do things for you. Now that you're experiencing me in my true essence of the woman I am, now you're feeling driven to naturally do things for me. That's reciprocity. But I didn't come into it saying, hey, I met Ace and there's this list that I want for him to do. And if he does this other list, then we can transaction. That is not going
But
to
do
work.
you think at some point, I mean, obviously on day one, I'm not going to do that, but do you think that at some point, two adults have to sit down and say, this is what I expect from a relationship.
But again,
these are the things I expect you to do. These are conversations that I think, because people are more concerned about how they feel, they ignore those important things.
Expectations and
It is a fucking expectation.
But a transaction is not an expectation.
Hold on,
Listen,
Dr. Brian.
Expectation is this. I expect you, Ace, to open my door. I expect you to check in with me to make sure I'm good throughout the day. I expect you to be exclusive with me if you're sleeping with me because I need my body to be safe. Transaction is, if you open up my door, I don't mind cooking for you. If you make sure you check in with me, then I don't mind staying the night. If you make sure you pay my bills, then I will have sex with you. That's transactional. That's not reciprocity, and that's not expectations. Expectations means this is what I would expect for you. That has nothing to do with if you do this, then I'm going to transaction with you.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Time out.
I think
So-
it's semantics.
So in that case, I'm gonna move on because people say I like to get the last word. Best believe I got some fire shit I want to say right now, but we got another conversation to get to. No, if we sit down, okay. No, Kitty. No, we grown. I'm gonna need your
can't let it
50%
go.
of these bills on the 15. I expect that of you, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give my 50%, and we're gonna be able to pay these goddamn bills. You don't do that, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I think we need to have real conversations with people about what we actually expect them to do. And yes, it's not bad to say, in exchange, this is what I'm gonna do for you. I don't think that that is bad. Like, I think our problem is that we're too afraid to appear, and I say appear shallow. When some of these things that we know we need in a relationship to be happy, we need to be able to tell people. But when we're not telling people because it seems like an expectation or whatever, and then here's the thing, yes, this is what you get. This is how I can be my best self for you. I can't be my best self for you if I don't find safety here. And these are the things that if you're able to do this is what's gonna bring this out of me.
You're talking about emotionally intelligent reciprocity,
Okay, all right, we saying the same thing.
expectation.
We saying the same thing.
Very different.
I actually
Very
agree
different.
with what you're saying. The expectation itself is transactional.
Yeah.
I expect you to do this so that I can do this. I expect you to do this so that I can feel this way. A transaction is you come with this and you get that.
But right. Go ahead.
So the expectation, the transaction is you be exclusive to me so that I feel safe in this relationship. Two people have to bring something to the table and get something.
Wait, I like that because what that's describing is codependency. If I need you to do this in order for me to do that, what Latera say? That's called codependency.
Okay.
Wait
How
a
about
minute,
this?
Ace.
This is
that's
important.
called codependency.
This is important.
So you have to make sure that when you have your expectations, it's not tied to if
Okay.
you do this, then I can show up in this relationship. That's
Hey.
unhealthy and it's codependent.
Okay, how about this? We gonna solve this argument by playing rock, paper, scissors. Best one-on-one.
Come on, let's go,
All right,
let's
and
go.
listen,
Let's
it's
go.
rock, paper, scissors,
Let's
shoot.
go.
Hey, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, you
I won.
All
I
right.
won.
What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, guys. I'm Erica. First, thank you for the 3 p.m. show. Very good. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, so I have a happily married woman question. As a happily married woman, love it. Diane, how do you, and I know Miss Kitty, I'm waiting for you. I love you all, but how do you not sweat the small stuff?
Okay. All right.
Love
So, okay. So, the first thing is to make sure that cognitive biases are not showing up. Sometimes, when our needs are not met, the small issues become a standing room for bigger issues. For instance, maybe you left a couple of dishes in the sink and I got frustrated behind it. But the bigger issue is I felt unsupported. But I nagged about that one thing instead of me just highlighting that I felt unsupported. When we start operating in those cognitive biases, what we do is we start highlighting all of the things that they have done to support maybe that belief that you're not supporting me. Instead, if we start looking at the things that they have done that go against that belief that we have about them, that bias about them, we start focusing on the things that they did do to support us. It helps us take away from nagging about certain things. Also, projection of perfectionism is another one as well. That's a big one that I really do practice in my marriage because I still have perfectionistic tendencies. And so a lot of times, because perfectionism is dimensional. So a lot of times, because I'm hard on myself about things, it may project onto my husband, and I have to pull back from that others-oriented perfectionism. And I have to remember that he's a human. You know, men especially are going to do things that we don't necessarily do as women, and that's okay. But I also have to look and see, is it just a pet peeve of mine? Because if it's a pet peeve, I have to be willing to compromise in some space. Again, if I see that you are a human and I continue to address you as a human, I realize that you're going to have shortcomings and things like that. But if you highlight the more positive things, not saying to take away from the negative, if you continue to highlight those positive things in your marriage, it kind of helps you take away from minimizing and discrediting the things that maybe he has fallen short on. And if you realize what those triggers are within yourself, you can be able to communicate those things. Me and my husband have this practice of where we actually sit face to face with each other. The closet is my sanctuary. So I'll put my husband there, babe, I need to talk to you for a second, with my Hershey's nugget, and I'll be eating on it, talking, say, baby, now listen. Like Dr. B said, the sandwich feedback method is a good one. Let's start off with the positives first. I do want to highlight this one thing. I want to talk through it, but also not necessarily personalizing, not getting defensive, not talking down to break him down or break his character, anything like that. We talk about these issues in an assertive, healthy manner. And then once we do that, end it off with that positive, and we move forward because we have already resolved the issue. Just be able to sit down and see when I'm triggered about something that maybe I have not expressed, or if it's just a pet peeve, because baby, we ain't always gonna have the happiest days in our marriage. There may be some moments where we are irritated by you. I've seen you all day, every day. I'm a little tired, and I may nag a little bit, but I know that I committed to you. And in my vows, that's a huge commitment to say that even if we don't have those sunshiny days, I'm still gonna love you through those days because of my commitment. So that'll help you out, baby.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Lateris?
I noticed the way you phrased your question. You said, how do you not sweat the small stuff? Is it because you're calling it small, or is he calling it small?
I would actually pinpoint what Kitty just said, maybe putting my focus on something that's real minimal.
And you feel like it's minimum, in your opinion?
Yeah, it actually is. I know it is. So
Oh, shit. Did not
being
expect
very
that.
honest, I'm being very honest. I'm very happy in the space we are. So now years in, kids are getting older, going to college, it's just us.
Yeah, but
Conversation is
I want you to speak to your point because I see where you were probably going with
Yeah,
that.
because the interesting thing about it, first of all, thank you for the self-awareness to say that you know that it's small, but it was a couple that was on my podcast, Harriet and Marcus from Grove Side as well, and they got a divorce because of all the small things, and now they are their second time around about to get married again. And she was so upset that he would leave his clothes on the floor, and he would be upset about some things that she did. But when they were away dating other people, they missed the other stuff that they were doing, meaning he would cook a lot, but he kept his clothes on the floor. So would you feel like that's an even exchange if he left his clothes on the floor, but he cooked you gourmet meals every night? You know, and so sometimes we're looking for perfect people. Somebody said, hey man, yeah, I need somebody to cook. Yeah.
Oh, he does that. He doesn't even make me do the dishes. So
He don't make you do the dishes.
he cooks everything and does the dishes.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say
see,
it.
now you just,
I'm being
now you
honest.
Now you
just sit
just
on.
been just ungrateful. You just ungrateful, man.
Now, before we go forward, we have another pod after intermission, but I want to thank Donnie. Thanks for coming last minute. Donnie Wiggins from Atlanta, you just had a conference yesterday, or 2 days ago. What was the conference again?
It's called the My First Million Live Conference. My business partner and I are business coaches who helps people make millions of dollars. And we did a conference with about 600 people who are on their way to their first million.
So I thank you so much. Now, Lateris, if you can tell the crew a little bit about you a little bit. I know they already know you a little bit, but your journey with the podcast, where did that start?
Well, first of all, Ace, I appreciate you for having me on here. You know, I always admire what you do. I'm the host of Dear Future Wifey podcast. Thank you so much. So after my divorce, this December, the 29th, will be the 9-year anniversary of my divorce. I don't believe in throwing, parties from a divorce. That is a death. And sometimes we normalize divorce and we say, let's celebrate. Now, if it was abuse and all that type of stuff that happened in the marriage, then that is something to celebrate when you get free. But every year on December 29th, I mourn that loss, because if I don't mourn it, then I won't fix what it was that caused me to even file for divorce. And so my whole podcast is my personal journey as I discover, uncover, and recover love. I sit down with people that are married, people that are single, people that have been divorced, and I extract gems from them to teach me how to become a better man for my future wifey.
And Dr. Bryant, if we can tell the 3 p.m. people a little bit about you. I know they all familiar with you, but it's, just...
Yeah, y'all probably see me on MTV's Teen Mom Family Reunion. I co-produced and developed that show. We are nominated as the best unscripted reality show on TV. I'm also on y'all can clap if you want to. I also have my talk show called Truth Talks, which is on Fox Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I've been on Lateris's. I've been privileged enough to be a guest on his show. I also have my own Dr. Bryant speaking tour where I'm everywhere, different conferences. I'm in private practice. I'm also on every news channel in every state we go to as a psychology expert. I'll be on Good Morning Texas tomorrow morning, y'all, here, giving gems and tips and tools here. And then I've gone viral. I think I go viral.
And my question is, if a man wanted to, he would. How do you feel about that saying, really? And do you think it stands true?
If a man wanted to, he would. Is that the truth, Dimitri?
No.
Yeah, I think.
No?
I'm gonna tell you the reason I think this, right? Because you have a lot of men who want to but cannot.
Ooh.
Sometimes that bank account don't fund the wants and wishes he want. He want that PS5, but he ain't got that PS5 either. So the thing about it is, if you looking at it in a standpoint to where if he desires it for you, he would go out and do it, baby. A lot of times he don't have it for himself, so he can't do it for you. There's some men that you can apply this to, but not all men, no.
Or maybe he don't want to do it. And it's not that he ever said he wanted to. Oftentimes we place what we want other people to do and think that they should comply with that. Sometimes you may not be at that level yet, in my opinion. So if he wanted to, he would, but you're right, he don't. And instead of accepting that, what do? You try to guilt a man into doing something he don't want to do for you. All those things you're begging that man to do for the girl he actually wants, he probably would.
I think there's two different men. There's a man who, if he wanted to, he would, and he doesn't want to do it for you, sweetie. And then there's that man who, if he wanted to, he would, and you want him to do something that he doesn't want to do. You're self-projecting onto him your fantasy ideology of what you want of a man, and he never signed up to do that. And so what happens is you clothe him with what you want, never openly communicating to him that that's what you want. Then you gaslight him because you didn't get it. And so we got to be careful about that. We have to have open communication that says, look, transparently, this is what I want, this is what I expect. Can you commit to that? Two things. Do you have the bandwidth, and do you want to? Because he can have the bandwidth and not want to do it with you. Or he cannot have the bandwidth and keep manipulating you to think that he does just to get what he wants from you. Either way, you have to be open and clear about, this is what I need, these are my conduciveness, and can you deliver, and will you? And can you start right now?
I want to add this part. I don't think that means a man, to your statement, if he wanted to, he would. Just because he's not currently doesn't necessarily mean he's not feeling you. It just may be just yet. You haven't gotten to that point just yet. For example, there are certain women that will say, hey, I don't just have sex with anybody. We have to get to a certain level before I have sex. And if I said everybody be like, yeah, cool, 90 days until he commits this and this, that, and other. But if a man is saying, hey, I want to be disciplined with certain behaviors until I'm sure about you, why does that mean that he doesn't want you? It just means right now, we ain't got to that level yet.
Ladies, I think that we need to really bridge the gap between reality and our perception. If a man wants to, the man will. If you've been with him for 5-10 years and you're saying he hasn't married you yet, if he wanted to, he would have. And so again, stop selling yourself dreams, or stop buying the dreams that they're selling you to convince yourself that he will at some point. That's called you falling in love with the potential. Do you want a potential man who maybe and probably never will? Or do you want a man who's doing it now so you know who you're with, or you know who you're not choosing? We have to become realistic about choosing who the person is and not who they can be or who we want them to be. And I believe that relationships will be much more fulfilling and happy at that point.
So, clap it up. So let me ask you this question. So if you're saying, I don't want to have sex until I get in a serious relationship, does that mean physically, in moments, you wouldn't want to have sex with that person? Like you still may have that urge, you still might have that desire, you still might find them sexually attractive, but you have discipline.
But you said the key word, if I said, that means I've communicated to you from the beginning that I don't want to be intimate with you sexually until a certain date or time frame. We're talking about her saying a man who doesn't do something, is it because he doesn't want to do it? It's because he doesn't want to do it. I think it's very clear.
I think,
it's nothing,
okay.
it's self-explanatory.
Okay, thank you for your question, I appreciate it.
Go ahead.
Just to add to the point, I think that's not always the case. Sometimes when you're dealing with love, I think we forget to add effort into the equation. Like you may want that dozen roses, baby, but all I got for you is 2 today. And that's all I have. I've given you all I have. The thing about it is that may not be sufficient in this moment for a lot of people, but if it works for you and you love me and you know I'm trying, baby, that's all that matters.
Listen. I don't want my point to be diluted. So thank you for your question. We get another question. I don't want my point to be diluted. What I'm saying is, just like you can say, I want to wait to have sex, certain men can say, hey, I want to wait until this, and this happen, and I am sure about you before I overcommit on dates, or overcommit on time, or overcommit with this or that. And if you can do it with your body or your gifts or your energy, a man can do it too. It doesn't mean that he don't like you. It's just y'all might not know each other just that well just yet.
And so ladies, if he undercommits on the things that are important to you, then you need to undercommit the relationship.
All right. So it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Okay, I got it. What's your name? What's your question? Oh my God.
My name is Big C from Toledo, Ohio. My question is, why do women act or seem so ungrateful when most men ask for is pussy and peace?
Because y'all bring bad dick, disappointment, and chaos.
So why do y'all deal with it?
Thank you for your question. That was easy, guys. Take the night off, you guys. I got this. That's all. I don't have anything else. Trip?
Did anybody else have anything?
I think I pretty much covered it. I don't Does anybody else?
Thank you for your question.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate you. So I'm gonna speak to the other side of it, and I applaud you if that's all you want. But I want more than that. You know, I think we have to up our standards. Peace and coochie ain't enough no more. I want a partner. I want somebody I can build with. I want somebody that can ask me about my mental health. I want somebody to be active part of this relationship. And oftentimes, I think when we are looking to minimize from our partner just those things, we don't gauge the other qualities needed to actually give you peace, right? Because that is not something that matter of fact, I don't believe somebody, and this is my opinion, should be your peace. I believe we have to find peace within ourselves, and that person just can't interrupt what we've already built, right? So what I want to ask you is, what about your picking process? To where those are the only 2 things that you're looking for, and you still can't get that shit correct. The floor is yours. No, I'm just playing, I'm playing. You got anything back for us?
Well, I'm engaged to her, but... It wasn't like that in the beginning. Now it's kind of, you know...
Now it's better.
No, now it's worse. Yeah.
Let me say something. All right, so look, respectfully, you know, I've coached a lot of people, a lot of men, a lot of married couples, and I say with certainty, men are horrible selectors of wives. And one of the reasons is because we don't understand how to look past just the surface of what we desire and what is logical to us, and we don't understand how to examine, is there true connection here? Does that woman really like you, the man? All right? Because it's very easy for someone who may just want a relationship, want marriage, want security, to behave a certain kind of way initially, but she can't sustain that because she doesn't have that true love and desire for you. Now, I'm not saying it's automatically your situation, but this
See, you fucking up his piece already. He can't even try to ask his goddamn question. And here you are. I'm right here. Come on, then. Since you want some goddamn attention. Come on now. You want some attention and shit.
Damn. Well, there it is.
Don't fuck up his piece again. Come on.
You ain't getting no peace tonight, brother.
Hold on. Can I ask you a couple questions? Be honest, don't lie. You be fucking up his peace.
No, I don't think I do.
Hold on, go to the mic.
No, I don't.
You don't?
They say, yes, you do.
Let me see. Let me look at your face real quick.
Nah, yeah, she be fucking up his piece.
I know, just a tad bit.
I feel like he deserve it.
Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Next question. Let's get this out of the panel. How do you find peace inside of a relationship, though? Is it possible to find it inside of a relationship, or do you believe that you already have to be peaceful before? Or is that something somebody can help you with?
I think that's what you said. It should already be within you, and then that person should complement it. Don't interrupt shit I got going on. If you having a bad day, something like that, absolutely, I'm gonna be there for you. But if every single day you complaining about something, or you got something to say, or if something's not working, well in your life, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm happy over here.
I think in peace there can be additions and subtractions, but like you said, that base level peace has to be there in order to add to it or subtract it.
Stefan?
I think we got to think about it like this. We have to create peace in our relationships. Are we having healthy communication? Are we creating safe spaces for each other? Are we making sure that there's not confusion but more clarity when it's something that we're questioning in this relationship? Because a lot of times we don't have peace because we're doing things or moving in ways that's making our partners feel some kind of way. And we're not addressing it and resolving it. But if we have an environment where we can be real with each other, open with each other, and be in harmony with each other, then peace can be created in that relationship.
And also, I think we need to keep in mind that every relationship is a direct reflection of ourselves. And so whatever is in that relationship, we have to take inventory of what in us calibrated that. What part of either our dysfunction or our functionality attracted that peace in that person that's either peace or brokenness. And then we have to look at it and say, and this may be a hard one for people to accept, but whatever is missing in that relationship is usually what you're not giving. And that's a hard one. And so whatever is missing, if you bring it, it's no longer missing. And if everyone took a responsibility to bring what they wanted to the party, I always say, when you get to the party, it'll be there. Same thing with the relationship. And so it's important. It's not always about what your partner isn't doing. How about what are you not adding or bringing to the relationship that can bring the peace, that can bring the joy, that can be the happiness? And then how do you sustain it? Because a lot of relationships can maintain certain things, but it's sustainability that ends up putting the relationship into divorce, separation, or discord.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. What's your name? What's your question?
Hi, so my name is Ariel. I'm single, 31, no kids.
Mike, okay.
Sorry, I'm single, 31, no kids. I have a big heart. I'm an educated girl. But lately it just seems like I'm attracting more taken and married men than anything. Taken and married men. I'm attracting them more than the single men.
What the fuck does taken in mean, though?
No, taken and.
Like, is it a stray? Is it a motherfucking cat? Is it a dog?
No.
What the fuck is taken in?
Taken and. So taken and or.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
And that includes, but is not limited to, taken and married men of people close to me. So. And it seems like all right, Trip, I have no idea why, in all honesty. I don't know. I want nothing to do with a taken man.
Right.
So I'm ready to give up on dating at this
Barbara,
point.
this is Shirley.
I'm ready to give up. So is there any advice you can tell me to kind of stay positive about maybe being open to finding a partner?
Let me ask you this. Why would you be in the space of giving up on dating if you're not the one who wants the married or taken man? It's them who are just having to pursue you. Why would you want to give up?
I guess I'm just getting like really discouraged, and the single guys are like, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're what I want. It's just not the right time.
Are you
right
hanging
now.
out in places where it consists of single people, or are you hanging out in places where everybody married?
I'm just doing like the typical bars, even like friends gatherings. Nothing that's like,
yes.
Is these niggas from Brooklyn? Is these married niggas from Brooklyn? Because I didn't hear it. No, I'm just playing. All right, listen. Listen, let's be clear here. Finding, and I want everybody to hear this, finding the right person for you
What? Talk about it.
can be difficult.
When you have standards, when you don't settle, when you know what you want, when you're on your path and your purpose, it can be difficult. Expect it to be. What happens is we face that adversity and we thinking about giving up. I get it. You had a married man or two in your DMs. Don't give that man attention. Don't give those men attention. Those men need to be far away from your mind. As soon as you find out somebody's married, move on. The dating situation, though, to get discouraged and say, hey man, I feel like giving up, cool. If that's what you want to do, but you'll never win if you give up. You'll never find that Mr. Right if you give up. Sometimes, and I hate to get this part, but we started earlier, sometimes discouragement is the devil's work. That's how we give up on not receiving our blessings. And all God asks us to do oftentimes is to walk forward and don't look back. That's it. He don't ask you, matter of fact, run for it. He don't ask you to do nothing extraordinary. He don't ask you to do superhuman things. He just say, put one foot in front of the other, Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Now listen, I ain't saying that you ain't gotta take a break if you want to. For your mental health and your safety, emotional safety, if you gotta say, for this season, I'm gonna just focus on me because it's too much, cool. But I don't want the reason you don't find your Mr. Right is because you discouraged. Now, if you chose that because you want to just be with yourself, I support that. But all you got to do is put one foot in front of another, all right?
I just want to throw this out there. I've seen with a lot of women, this may or may not apply to you, but the women who've come to me and they're always getting approached by taken or married men, they either give off a lot of masculine energy or emotionally detached energy. And those two energies are the prime candidate for a side chick. Because if I'm a dude and I'm looking for someone on the side, I need someone that can play their position, who ain't gonna get caught up in their feelings, gonna take what I give them and keep it moving. So when you are coming off detached in that way, that can draw those men to you. And if you are coming off that way, ask yourself, do I have walls up? Am I not allowing myself to feel my feelings? You know what I'm saying? You might have some things you need to heal from, and getting rid of that blockage will change the energy that you're giving off, and therefore will change the type of men you draw to you.
And I just want to say, sweetie, what you focus on magnifies. Y'all can clap it up.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
And I want to say to you, what you focus on magnifies. So I would like for you to shift your focus from, why are all these married, taken men trying to pursue me, and focus on what it is that you do want. And create an actual narrative of the type of man you do want. And focus on that, because what you're seeking is seeking you, but we have to know what we're seeking. And we have to have a clear idea. The Bible says, have a plan, make it plain, right? And so have that plan, make it plain, and focus on that, and try to get yourself out of the fact of this mindset of, I'm doomed because these taken married men are pursuing me. Stop making yourself the victim of it and make yourself the victor and say, they may be pursuing me, but all I have to do is pivot, not pay attention, keep it pushing, and focus on what you do want. And I want you to pay attention to how much that opens up. And you'll start to see through that you become empowered, because what you're focused on will magnify.
Appreciate it. Anybody over here? Anything?